If you have already a pretty good idea of why you need to have keyboard shortcuts, then go to this timestamp to see them all laid out. I'm pretty sure that there are tons of videos online about keyboard shortcuts, so the only reason why I'm actually sharing this is because I really believe this is really good stuff. And I only share it because it absolutely revolutionized my workflow. By the way, this is totally unscripted, and I'm not from America or any place close to America. I'm from Norway, I'm from Europe, so I'm doing my best. The first thing I want to show you is my keyboard. The Logitech MX keys, I think it's called. This is a beautiful keyboard, and it is probably, not kidding, the best keyboard I've ever typed on. This is an absolutely phenomenal keyboard. Actually, the best feature about this keyboard is that the keys light up when your hands are just hovering over the keyboard, and then it lights up. And then pair that with the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. This is probably the best mouse out there. Like, I love this mouse. I love this mouse so much and what it can do. So I just wanted to show you how I use these tools to increase my workflow. So without further ado, let's go to Premiere. So here we got an empty project here with a couple of clips of some drone work that I did. What I just want to show, if you're not familiar with it, I can't talk. Basically, it's here under Edit and then keyboard shortcuts right here, or Ctrl Option K or Ctrl Alt K. Ctrl Alt K. We got some keyboard shortcuts, and so if you want to screenshot this, you can. But I have edited these to be to my preference, and I really love how these are because of one reason: they work very fast and they sit ergonomically to my hand. Allow me to explain. That was two reasons, but let's go. Whenever I edit, what I want to do is that I don't want to sit here and edit and I want to move my hand around a lot. I think that's something that clutters up my mind. If I am sitting here and I'm editing and I'm going to click in or out, I or O, for in and out, then I would have to look down to my keyboard and move my hand over to the I know. Now, it seems like a very small thing, but honestly, if you can find a way to avoid that, it's so much easier for your brain and for your workflow. So I can rest my hand like this, and I can just sit there and edit without moving my hand. And that is something that I find very pleasing to do when I'm editing. And I will just go through those basic ones that I have changed to sit on this side of the keyboard. And honestly, I almost only use these. In the description, I'm gonna list up all the keyboard shortcuts so you do not have to worry one bit on how to find all of these. A is a basic one. It's all. It's changing this from this to this, and you select all the clips that are to the right of wherever you are clicking. Very, very easy. Next one is Z. Z is zoom. Nothing special there. It's just left as a default. So zoom is basically you click and you zoom in. And if you hold Alt, you will go out. This is basically how it is with most Adobe programs. However, this is not the way that I zoom in. I'm going to show you a different way that I zoom in, which is way easier. On the mouse, and I highly recommend using a mouse just because it's 100 times easier. I hold in Alt or Option and I scroll in to zoom in and out to zoom out. And what's in and out? It's basically forward and backwards. In, out. So you zoom in, and you zoom out. You zoom in, you zoom out. It's so easy and it saves me a lot of time. And a reason why I love this mouse right here is because it has a sideways scroll. So when I scroll like that, He scrolls sideways. Now, obviously, you can go into the settings and change that to be the opposite, but I love it to be just natural because this is how I'm used to do it from forever. There was also a trick here where I click Alt and I can expand on these to make them bigger. You can also hold in Shift to expand all of them at the same time, but I rarely do that. I only want to do one at a time, and I click Alt to do that. What S does is basically it makes a cut like that. And I keep it at S because it reminds me of slice. This is actually not a keyboard shortcut, it's a hotkey. So there's a difference between keyboard shortcut. A keyboard shortcut is when you click A and you don't really do anything, you're just changing what tool you're going to use. But a hotkey is a key that does something to the edit, right? So that's the difference between a hotkey and a keyboard shortcut. At least that's the way I understand it. X is the one that I have appointed to be the blade tool. It's because I want to have it close to my hand, and it reminds me of basically two clips that I have been cut like that, or one clip. It looks like one clip that has been cut like that. So X goes to the blade and I can cut wherever I want. D is my pin tool. The reason why I wanted that to be D is because it's the one that I use the most next to the selection tool, or I use the selection tool and the pen tool very, very often together. So that's why I had it there. And let's go to the next one. C is my selection tool. And it's basically because it's where I find it easiest to be when I'm just sitting with my hand on this side of the keyboard. It's because when I'm sitting right here, I have my thumb on the space bar and it plays like that. I can pause it and I can, with my index finger, with my pointy finger, go C. So easy. Go to D or to S there and I can go C and move it over like that. And this is why I moved everything to this side. I moved everything in this order because then I can sit and relax with my hand like this, as if I have an apple in my hand, like I learned from my piano teacher one time. And my pinky finger can go to Shift, my pinky finger can go to Control, and my pointer finger can go to Alt very easily, and everything happens here. But we're not done yet. I have a couple of more tricks to show you. Now, V is a pretty nice thing. It's ripple delete. And what I do there is I click V, and whatever I have selected, I delete, like so. Boom, so easy, so easy. So let's say that I'm sifting through some of these clips, and I'm just going like that. I'm cutting it away. So easy. See that? It's so easy. Beware. There, it's very close. V and C is very close together. So sometimes when you're going for the selection tool, you're actually clicking the ripple delete tool. That's not so good. So just be aware of that, and that you can adjust that if you would like to. Is there a function to do that, but in one click? Okay, so what I mean is to S for slice, and then V to cut it away, that piece that you just want to get rid of. Is there a way to do that in one click? And the answer to that is yes. Q and W are the most amazing tools that I have found, or that actually Mark Bone showed in one of his videos, to edit so much faster. So the only reason why I chose Q and W is because they are on the left side of the keyboard and they are on top, so I rarely use them, and they're next to each other. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's say that I want to cut away this piece right here. I go Q to go backwards and W to go forwards. Again, let's just do that one more time. To do this edit, cut away that which is in the right, you click Q, boom, you do the exact same thing. And to do the other thing, to the left is W. So there we go. That's pretty easy. That's pretty simple. It's so easy. Then we have the last keyboard shortcuts that I also use very much, or this is probably a hotkey, and that is in and out. So maybe you don't have all the clips like that. Maybe you have a different workflow and you want to quickly do in and out. Well, then you can double click on the clip here and say, I just want this part right here. Instead of doing in and out, and I still have in and out as I and O, just because sometimes I am on this side of the keyboard and I like to have it there as an option. Instead of doing that, I did E and R. No reason other than that it is on the left side of the keyboard. So I click E, E and R. So I click E and R, and there we go. We can click comma to get it into the timeline. Or if you want to render out portions of the sequence, you can go E and R and render that. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is a quick way to enable and to nest things. So the way that I have chosen to go and nest things is basically to go Ctrl N. Now, it's not really easy to do it, but it's easy to remember. Ctrl N. And Ctrl N, you click OK, and it's nested. So easy. And then we have to enable or disable and enable clips, I have Shift E for enable. So easy. So there you go, guys. That's the keyboard shortcuts and hotkeys. It's very simple. It's very easy to do. And I really found this to be revolutionary for my workflow because it goes so much faster. It's like it has reduced my workflow by, I don't even know. I mean, it's just, I might be editing twice or 4 times as fast just because of this alone. So I just wanted to share that. Maybe you have some ideas about keyboard shortcuts or hotkeys that you want to share with the world, or that you feel like I haven't mentioned or that could be added to this. Feel free to comment it. I will also create a preset for that you can download and just install to your computer so that all of these keyboard shortcuts will be added to your computer automatically when you install them into Premiere. I'm going to show you how to install them right now. You would have to go into Documents and go to Adobe. Then you have to go to Premiere Pro and the latest version and Profile, then to Win. And this is where you would place your new custom keyboard shortcuts. And if you want mine, you can download them in the description. If you like this video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. That would be nice. Have a wonderful day, and I hope that this added value to you. God bless.